You've seen the G-Wagon, but not like this. This list isn't about your average celebrity SUV. We're talking 6 wheels, 900 horsepower, interiors that make Bentleys jealous, and prices that break $1 million. You're about to see just how wild Brabus gets in 2025, and who's driving. If Mad Max had $1 billion budget and a taste for luxury, this is probably what he'd drive. The Brabus XLP 900 6x6 Super Black isn't just big, it's absolutely ridiculous. 6 wheels, over 20 feet long, twin turbo V8 pushing 900 horsepower, and the whole thing is painted in stealth black from bumper to bumper. Even the badging, it's more supervillain than supercar. This is Brabus showing off. Like, yeah, we can build a military grade truck and still make it feel like a luxury suite inside. The cabin is drenched in black leather and carbon fiber. Even the headliner is Alcantara. You get quilted seats, ambient lighting, and enough screens to make a Tesla blush. And it's not just for looks. The portal axles give the thing insane ground clearance, enough to roll over rocks, snowbanks, or traffic. It's got Brabus's custom off-road suspension, oversized 22-inch forged wheels, and a massive carbon snorkel system so it can actually breathe underwater. Almost. Now here's what makes this truck even crazier. This isn't just one of those concepts that lives in a Brabus showroom. There are actual buyers lining up for it. Think oil tycoons, pro athletes, royalty. It's the kind of vehicle you buy when you want to make every G-Wagon on the road look like a rental. The price? Brabus doesn't even list it publicly, but estimates push well over 1.2 million, which raises a question. If you had $1 million to spend on a car, would you go full apocalypse luxury with a 6x6 like this, or keep it subtle with a Bugatti or Lambo? So the last one was super black, blacked out and brutal, but this one's for the guy who actually plans on using all 6 wheels. Meet the Brabus 800 XLP 6x6 Adventure. Same bones as the 900 Super Black, but this version dials down the glam and turns up the rugged. Instead of luxury on wheels, this thing feels like a private safari tank. It's painted in desert sand matte, fitted with a roof rack, winch system, auxiliary lights, and real gear, not just showroom candy. It's still rocking 800 horsepower from Brabus's tuned 4-liter V8, which, let's be real, is overkill for trails. But that's kind of the point. You're climbing rocks in a vehicle that costs more than a house in LA, and with those massive portal axles and custom suspension, it's not just for show. It can actually handle off-road punishment. Inside, it's rugged luxury. Think waterproof leather seats, durable carbon panels, and interior trim designed to take a bit of dirt. The digital cluster and infotainment system are all customized Brabus code, including GPS setups for overland expeditions. It's like an armored command center, but with massage seats. A few units were spotted going to high-profile buyers in the Middle East and Germany, people who own land, not just drive on it. And the price? Still well above $1 million, depending on the add-ons. But here's where it gets wild, because the next one is not just expensive, it's the single most expensive Brabus has ever made. The peak, the priciest. The 2025 Brabus G900 Rocket Edition. Buckle up, because this thing's gonna hurt your wallet just hearing about it. This G-Wagon is pushing over 1.35 million, and no, that's not a typo, but it's not just the price tag that's extreme. It's the way Brabus engineered every square inch of this car to be completely over the top. Let's start with power. 900 horsepower, twin turbo V8, 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. In a G-Wagon, that's a brick going sports car fast. They built the engine with forged pistons, high performance turbos, and custom ECU tuning, and the exhaust? It sounds like thunder slamming into a jet engine, but the outside is where it really starts to scream rocket. Wide carbon fiber body kit, massive air intakes, red accents, Brabus monoblock wheels. This thing doesn't roll up, it arrives. The rear spoiler? Functional. Carbon diffuser? Custom designed to manage airflow on a 6,000 pound SUV going 180 miles per hour. And the interior is even more ridiculous. You've got hand-stitched leather in contrasting black and lava red, aluminum paddle shifters, a reprogrammed digital cockpit, and even the pedals are machined aluminum. It's more of a spaceship than an SUV. Most of these are special order only, which means you don't just buy one, you're invited. Celebs, crypto whales, sheiks, people who want performance but still want to show up in something with 4 doors and ground clearance. So here's the question. Would you rather own the most powerful Brabus ever made, or go for the flex and grab one of the ultra rare 6x6s instead? Only 10 of these ultra exclusive Brabus P900 Rocket Editions exist, and one of them is parked right in Floyd Mayweather's garage. This isn't just rare, it's one of those cars that screams wealth without ever needing to say a word. Based on the AMG G63 pickup, Brabus took that already insane platform and said, let's make this more aggressive, more powerful, and basically impossible to ignore. We're talking a full carbon wide body, redesigned bumpers, hood scoop, and massive rear diffuser. You get 900 horsepower out of a bored out 4.5 liter V8 with Brabus's custom turbo system. That's more than enough to tow a yacht, or just flex on everyone at valet. Inside, black leather with red contrast stitching, carbon fiber everywhere. The seats, the dash, even the steering wheel looks like it was pulled off a fighter jet. Mayweather reportedly had his version customized further with additional red ambient lighting, diamond stitched floor mats, and his initial embroidered on the headrests. What makes this build stand out isn't just the insane power or the flashy design. It's the exclusivity. Only 10 exist. That's hypercar tier rarity in an SUV body. And when you see one in the wild, chances are someone with serious money is behind the wheel. Price? Around 1.1 million out the gate. Add Mayweather's customizations and you're looking at something even crazier. So, which would you rather have? A 1 of 10 Brabus pickup like Floyd's, or the 6x6 adventure monster from earlier? This Brabus 900 XLP takes the whole limited edition concept and turns it into an event. Same base as the G63 AMG, but stretched into a full pickup with Brabus's signature wide-body treatment, carbon everywhere, and of course, that 900 horsepower V8. It's got the lifted stance, portal axles, and an upgraded suspension system built to handle sand dunes, tarmac, or whatever else you feel like owning that day. And this isn't some stiff showpiece. It actually drives like a performance SUV, even though it's the size of a small boat. The cabin? Full leather, ambient lighting, Brabus logos stitched into every surface, and a massive digital display system that controls everything from the exhaust note to suspension settings. Think of it as a luxury penthouse you can take off-roading. A few of these builds have been linked to tech founders and startup billionaires in Dubai and Singapore. Not everyone wants a Lambo. Some of these guys want to make a statement, but with 4 doors, real ground clearance, and a custom pickup bed for their jet ski. At around $1.05 million, it's slightly cheaper than the P900 Rocket Edition, but still far from reasonable. Is this the ultimate flex for the modern tech bro, or is it still second to the full Rocket Edition? Now, switching gears completely, we're talking coupe territory. The Brabus 900 Rocket R isn't an SUV, it's a monster supercar disguised in a Porsche 911 Turbo S body. Only 25 of these exist, and yep, every single one is already spoken for. Brabus rebuilt the 3.8-liter flat 6, slapped on bigger turbos, new intakes, a reprogrammed ECU, and pushed it up to 900 horsepower. This thing launches from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. That's quicker than a Bugatti Veyron. Visually, it's still got that 911 silhouette, but Brabus added a full carbon aero kit, new front splitter, side skirts, massive rear diffuser, and a wing that looks like it belongs on a GT3 race car. Red accents and custom wheels round it all out. The interior is more focused than plush. Brabus went with a stripped back race-inspired look, carbon fiber bucket seats, minimal stitching, and a center console covered in Alcantara. Some early buyers include European pro drivers and high-level collectors who already own a fleet of supercars but wanted something completely different. Priced at 650 grand and up, it's technically cheaper than some of the SUVs on the list. But don't let that fool you. This car is rarer, faster, and far more aggressive. If you want a street car that leaves Lambos in the dust, the Brabus 900 Rocket R is your ultimate weapon. Now, stepping up to 4-digit horsepower, the Brabus 1000 All Grey means business. Built on the Mercedes-AMG GT63 SE performance, Brabus wasn't satisfied with the already insane 843 horsepower hybrid powertrain. They built the twin-turbo V8 with forged internals, upgraded turbos, and a custom exhaust, pushing output to a full 1000 horsepower. The All Grey name is literal. Matte gray bodywork, darkened badging, blacked out Brabus wheels, and a carbon fiber aero package that looks like it came from a stealth fighter. It's menacing in all the right ways. Inside, you've got quilted leather and ash gray with black accents, illuminated door sills, and carbon trim everywhere. This build isn't about flash, it's about dominance. A few units were spotted in Monaco and Qatar, owned by collectors who value performance over peacocking. At just over 550 grand, it's not the most expensive Brabus car out there, but with 1000 horsepower, it's arguably one of the most outrageous. Do you think Brabus went too far with this, or is 1000 horsepower the new normal for hyper sedans? Alright, now let's bring back some color with the Brabus 900 Deep Blue. This one isn't just a build, it's a lifestyle statement. This one's based on the G-Wagon AMG G63, and like most Brabus builds, it gets the full 900 horsepower treatment with the bored-out 4.5-liter V8. But what sets the Deep Blue apart is the theme. Everything from the bodywork to the stitching to the brake calipers is dressed in this rich, deep ocean blue. Brabus even launched a matching Shadow 900 Deep Blue boat to go with it. Yes, an actual Brabus speedboat with twin outboard motors and seating for 8. If that doesn't say I have money and taste, I don't know what does. The interior? Midnight blue leather, custom seats, a starlight roof, and even blue backlit logos. It's an elegant kind of aggressive, not loud, but definitely not subtle. Rumor has it, a few high-profile athletes from the Premier League and Formula 1 have ordered this one. No flashy wrap, just a clean, unified look from car to yacht. Price-wise, you're looking at about 750 grand, and that's before you add the boat. If you could get a matching car and speedboat, what color would your Brabus build be? And since you're still here, it's clear you've got a serious appreciation for high-end builds like this. Why not drop a like? And if you want more of these insane rare rides broken down every week, hit subscribe. We've got plenty more coming your way. From deep blue to full blackout mode, this one's the shadow lurking in the lineup. The Brabus 900 Super Black is exactly what it sounds like. Aggressive, menacing, and completely murdered out. Based on the AMG G63, it gets Brabus's full 900 horsepower V8 setup, the signature wide-body kit, and that ridiculous torque that'll shove you into your seat the second you tap the gas. But let's be real, it's the look that steals the spotlight, or in this case, erases it completely. Matte black everything. The body panels, wheels, grille, the trim, all blacked out. Even the Brabus logos vanish into the paint. The only hint of color? Some sharp red brake calipers and minimal red red stitching on the jet black interior. Even the leather seats are black on black. It's the kind of SUV Batman might drive if he gave up crime fighting and then moved to Dubai. Inside, it's all about stealth luxury. Deep quilted leather, carbon fiber inlays, and an Alcantara headliner. Subtle flex, serious mood. You get the feeling this wasn't made to be flashy, just powerful. A few rappers and producers have picked one up, mostly keeping it low-key. No garage tour, no flexing, just caught by paparazzi or seen rolling up to private events in LA or central London. That makes sense though. This is stealth wealth done right. It's not the priciest Brabus out there at 720 grand, but visually, probably the boldest. You don't need chrome to stand out when you've got this much presence. Either way, the Super Black's not for showing off, it's for showing up. Speaking of making a statement, the Brabus 800 XLP Super White is that bold contrast to all the darker rides we've seen. We've already covered black, gray, and blue. Now it's time for Spotlight White. This pickup stands tall with its lifted stance, massive off-road wheels, and that crisp white paint perfectly offset by black carbon trim. It's a statement vehicle that manages to be both clean and outrageously over the top at the same time. Underneath the striking exterior, the Super White packs serious muscle, a 4-liter V8 tuned to deliver a hefty 800 horsepower. But it's not just about straight-line speed. This beast comes equipped with a high-performance suspension system, portal axles for serious off-road capability, and carbon fiber underbody protection that lets it tackle tough terrain without breaking a sweat. Designed to be driven hard, think desert rallies and rugged trails, most owners probably end up showing it off more than pushing it to its limits, parking it in a gleaming marble-floored garage instead. Step inside and the luxury theme continues with snow-white leather upholstery that perfectly matches the exterior. Silver detailing adds a subtle but sophisticated touch, while a panoramic roof floods the cabin with natural light, making every drive feel open and airy. Interestingly, this build has found a surprising fan base in colder climates, places like Switzerland and Norway, where white cars blend in with the snowy surroundings but still manage to flex major style. Price-wise, you're looking at around 680 grand, though that can vary depending on the interior specs and customizations. So here's the question: would you daily drive something this wild through winter snow and icy roads, or keep it locked away and only bring it out when the sun's shining and the streets are dry? This one's the darker, meaner counterpart to the Super White. The Brabus 800 XLP Super Black comes with matte black body, black wheels, red stitching inside, and that brutal 800 horsepower V8 roaring under the hood. It's technically a pickup, but with its aggressive stance and wide body kit, it looks more like a tactical assault vehicle than anything you'd use to haul gear. Built off the AMG G63 platform, this beast combines real truck utility and serious off-road capability with supercar level tuning. That wide body stance isn't just for show, it's pure intimidation on wheels. You'll usually spot the Super Black in places like Riyadh, Miami, and Dubai, often owned by younger collectors who want something rare, powerful, and absolutely not just for show. It's functional, but make no mistake, this truck means business. Inside, it's full Brabus luxury, quilted leather seats, carbon fiber accents, intuitive touchscreen controls, and enough soundproofing to keep the outside chaos at bay. At 670 grand, it's a bit cheaper than the Super White, but just as wild. One's built to flex. This one's built to dominate. Now the Brabus 800 Adventure XLP is where rugged utility meets high-end luxury in perfect harmony. This lifted armored beast looks like it's built for an off-world mission. While it only pumps out 800 horsepower, it's the suspension and off-road gear that truly set it apart. Think portal axles for insane ground clearance, a winch system, roof rack with bright LED lighting, an external roll cage, and sturdy rear bed rails. This isn't your average flex ride. It's a G-Wagon ready to conquer the toughest terrains. The owners, usually thrill-seeking adventurers with deep pockets, rally enthusiasts in the UAE, or overlanding fans exploring the Rockies who want a vehicle as comfortable in the wild as it is capable. Inside, luxury isn't forgotten, with leather upholstery, Alcantara trim, ambient lighting, and modern tech like CarPlay. At around 615 grand, it's not the most expensive Brabus, but it's definitely one of the most practical and ready for action. Would you rather cruise the city streets or take this beast off-road and truly test its limits? Speaking of flex, Ronaldo doesn't just collect Ferraris and Bugattis, he collects everything that moves fast and makes a statement. His Brabus G800 is a perfect example. Based on the AMG G63, this isn't just another luxury SUV, it's been reworked by Brabus into an 800 horsepower beast, complete with a twin-turbo V8 that sounds more like a jet than a family vehicle. But Ronaldo's version? It's not off the shelf. It's custom built to match his style. Matte black exterior, carbon fiber trim all over, blacked out badges, and dark tinted windows. It's stealthy but still unmistakable. What really sets it apart is the interior. Ronaldo had it completely redone. Full custom two-tone leather, personalized CR7 logos stitched into the headrests, and ambient lighting customized to glow in the colors of Portugal's national flag. It's over the top in all the right ways, but it still feels refined. He's been seen using it for what he calls casual drives, usually to and from training or when he's back home in Madeira. But let's be honest, when you're Cristiano Ronaldo, your version of casual is pulling up in a $550,000 Brabus that could outrun most supercars. It's loud, it's aggressive, and it's still practical enough to haul the family. For someone like Ronaldo, it's not just transportation, it's a moving flex, dialed in with precision. When it comes to custom luxury, Drake doesn't do basic. His Brabus G700 is a low-key masterpiece, not the wildest on the list in terms of horsepower, but one of the cleanest in execution. Brabus took the AMG G63 and boosted it up to 700 horsepower, which is still plenty of muscle. But Drake's version isn't about raw speed, it's about smooth presence. Blacked out exterior, custom wheels, and a deep navy leather interior that matches his signature taste. Understated, but still unmistakably high-end. He's had the G700 shipped between LA and Toronto more than once, and even went the extra mile with custom sound insulation. The goal? Absolute silence inside, even when the V8 is doing its thing. Because when you're constantly surrounded by sound, silence becomes a luxury. And yes, the audio system got the full upgrade. We're talking studio-grade equipment, not just for listening, but tuned well enough that he could literally record vocals on the move. For someone who lives in the studio, it makes sense. Estimated cost? Around 400 grand with everything included. Transport, upgrades, and the custom touches only Drake would think to add. This isn't about showing off, it's about living well, and doing it with style that speaks softly but hits hard. Take Jadon Sancho's Brabus 850 Widestar for example. The young football star isn't just collecting cars, he's making a serious statement about performance and style. The 850 Widestar perfectly blends high-end tuning with youthful energy and flair. Built on the AMG G63 platform, this beast packs a hefty 850 horsepower, aggressive wide-body flares, massive Brabus wheels, and a front fascia that demands attention. Sancho's personal touch? A sleek blacked-out exterior highlighted by striking red accents and custom interior lighting that really sets it apart. He's been spotted pulling up to Manchester United training sessions in this ride more than once, and honestly, it suits his bold and dynamic persona flawlessly. Inside, the cabin is just as impressive. Diamond-stitched leather seats, personalized headrests embossed with his initials, and Brabus branding sprinkled throughout to remind you this isn't your average SUV. Priced around 450 grand, it's one of the more attainable options in the Brabus lineup, at least compared to their more exclusive ultra-rare builds. So, is the 850 Widestar the perfect balance between power, personalization, and street cred, or would you wait to score one of the truly rare Brabus masterpieces? So that was the top 15 Brabus cars, the rarest, wildest, and most expensive builds in the world right now. Which one would you take home? Would you pick Ronaldo's stealthy G800, or maybe the deep blue with the matching boat? Let us know in the comments. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss a drop. We've got more insane celebrity builds and ultra rare cars coming your way. See you in the next one.